And we're here with episode 34 now of the Fun Football Pod. I called last night a Fun Football episode. It actually, I hadn't told Billy this yet. It may be the beginning. I'm going to keep the Fun Football Pod, but it might be the beginning of a new show with Med where I bring you in some, we're going to have a panel every week. We're thinking it's pretty cool. So we'll get into details on that in a minute. Dude, it's been a couple weeks. I like the cheesehead. Before we get into our Packers, how was Disney World, man?
Awesome, man. We had a great time. It was there was not many people there. It's a good time to go because some people are still in school and stuff, so everyone had to go back. So yeah, it was awesome.
Would y'all like what's like? Because I've never been. What were some of the favorite attractions you did and stuff? Or did you guys hit every park?
Yeah, we hit every park. My favorite ride was probably Tron. And then the Star Wars one, the Rise of the Resistance.
Dude.
Yeah.
Guardians. Did they get over the cold before you all went?
Yeah. I was. It's just the ragweed or whatever that junk is right now. But the other ride I liked was Guardians of the Galaxy too. That was awesome. Guardians of the Galaxy.
I've heard that one was pretty sweet. Did you have to wait in line for any of the rides or not?
We got the lightning passes on a couple of them. Then some we had to wait for about an hour. I would say the longest. So
that's not too bad.
No, it wasn't bad. So
is there anything I've never been?
You never been?
No, we're talking about doing it next year if we can afford it.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
We're gonna eventually just she wants to go. We're gonna try to make it happen for her 6th birthday next year if we can swing it, which we might be able to. I've got an RV story for you later too.
Okay.
We still don't know what's going on with that. That's gonna be super.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bet. You know what? We'll talk offline too, but my best advice is get the when you get the park hoppers and you know what days you're going to be there, kind of plan out your day.
Probably spring break next year. Yeah.
And then you can certain rides you want to get to, you got to get at 7 a.m. sharp. You log into this app and I can show you, and you got to get there to get that lightning pass, and then you'll be get that ride and stuff. So
thanks for hopping on the video too, man. I wanted to see your face and talk Packers just because
same here,
I've been on such a high that they actually did this.
Oh dude,
just the fact that I saw some stats, and I'm going to pull up some advanced ones through this because I'm massively impressed, but just the fact that Schefter reported this. We are one of the youngest teams in NFL history to pull this off. The youngest since the 77 Bears.
Wow.
And we were the youngest team in the NFL to actually make the playoffs. Now all the playoff experience we get is just going to be bonus.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I was looking at the stats, and I don't have them in front of me, but comparing Rodgers to Love.
If you want to grab your computer for when we get into the matchup, no worries. I've got my computer right in front of me.
But I was just like, dude, that's Aaron Rodgers' first year numbers and Love's first almost identical. It was absolutely incredible. It was to see. But yeah, for first year, yeah.
I'm really impressed with the offense. I'm impressed with how Love has elevated the play of the guys around him, whereas I feel like Aaron Rodgers almost directly didn't want to do that a little bit.
Yeah.
And the team just feels more together, man. And I don't know about Barry. I'm worried about that against the defense this week. We're gonna deep dive into the Packer Cowboys because we only got 6 games, so we can deep dive into all of them.
Right. Exactly. So
hey, and thanks for doing the whole season with me. I'd like to keep doing this through the Super Bowl, and then we can take a break.
Absolutely.
That's my plan.
Sounds good.
So before we keep going, me and Med are considering starting a show where we always grab a 3rd and 4th, and his guy he does his show with Shots knows college, and I'd like to bring you on. But the cool thing is he pays for StreamYard, so we can have up to 10 people on screen at once.
Oh wow.
And he played videos last night. I'll show it to you. He had a Jerry Jones video and a Packers video of the Bears game in the episode. It was legit, dude. I want to pay for StreamYard, but I'm being cheap. It's $30 a month unless you pay for a year, and it's 20. So this is a way around it because he's going to pay for it because he's super into this. So we're playing with names, and we're thinking maybe when the blitz hits the fan. So it's going to be a total new show, only once a week.
Okay.
And we are going to do a mock draft, and that's going to be our big off-season thing. But we're going to most weeks get together. I told him though I'm taking a 2 to 3 week hiatus after the season to
Right.
recharge.
Yeah, gotcha.
And then during the summer, I'll take a few weeks off too. So, but
Okay.
we're thinking about doing that. Fun Football Podcast is going to continue. It's there. Those are two
Awesome.
separate things.
Cool.
So me and him just like hitting it up, and we had fun with the guys last night, but they're not always available, and we'd like to have kind of a rotating third and fourth person. So
Okay. Cool.
I'll be hitting you up, man.
All right.
Especially for the mock draft.
All right.
Me and you'll have to fight over Packers.
That's funny.
So we were thinking we get 8 and everybody does 4 teams.
All right.
And we run through the first round, and if we're having fun with it, we'll do 2.
Okay.
But we're the GM, and we pick the player we want.
Okay.
And we can make trades and stuff just like the regular draft. So.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Huh. But we want to do a little bit of free agency too, because that's huge. Because for the Packers, that's going to be the direction we go next year. That's going to be, once the season ends, we're going to deep dive on that. But okay, before we continue.
Yeah.
I'm really sad that we missed it by 1. How did we do on our college? At least Michigan won the national championship.
Our college, let me go back to the college. Well, that was
How many did we get right out of 43?
We got 26. 60%. 60%.
You did great last year, man. I feel like I brought you down. I'm still proud of that, but
nah, there was some. I would have. I mean, I even did one on my own side thing. I did worse than ours. So I mean, it is what it is.
Oh, okay, that makes me feel a little better. I don't know college. I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm noticing after last night's episode, if you watch it, we talked for an hour on college on the quarterbacks, the top 5, and I've got to start studying because I just don't watch. I've watched more college with Lynn this year than I probably ever have, and I still.
Yeah. Well,
it's compared to my NFL, it's not even close.
And college is so hard because there's so many. Who pays attention to the the lower conferences and stuff too? So I mean, it's
exactly, dude. But it's rough. It's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
But so we got so we were 1 away from the money.
We were 1 from splitting the 6th through 9th spots. Yeah, I know. We were 1 off.
At least that makes me feel good that we decided to do it, and we were that close.
Yeah, we were close. The top person had 30 wins, 30 and 13.
Wow, that's not even that high. You actually had more than that last year, didn't you?
Yeah.
You said you had like 34 last year or something, right?
30. I was 32 out of 42. Yeah.
Dude, that's great. You did great last year.
Yep.
Okay, can you pull it up for me? How are we doing on our season for our picks for the NFL?
Yep.
Let's recap it, and then we'll deep dive Packers.
All right. We are sitting at right now.
I've been excited to hear this because I knew we didn't win last week, but we still had 11, I think.
We didn't win last week, but we are sitting. The top person has 183 wins and 89 losses for the NFL, and we're sitting. I mean, we're at number 57, at 171 to get in the money, which I don't know if we're going to be able to hit that top 17 mark because that's 179. We're 8 down, but we're still sitting at 63% for the year, which is pretty good.
Not bad.
No.
So how far away are we from the money on that?
For the money on that one, we are at least 6 out. We would have to hit all 6, and some would have to hit 6, and there's not many games left.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh no, dude!
We were so close. We did really good.
Well, look though, how many people we're going up against? We're going up against. Well, click. It's not going. Why? Over 200 people. I mean, it's crazy, dude. I mean, it's.
No, I'm proud of it. You know what? Like
170.
I'm proud
170.
Of it. Hey, my students on. We got 6 watching.
Yeah.
I blasted it in groups, so we must have.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we had a lot last night too. I actually went on YouTube. It was really fun. It was pretty cool.
Let me read this with you. Just the person who's number 1. Well, there's 2 people with 183 total wins. They got 8, 11, 10, 13, 9, 10, 5, 11, 11, 10, 9, 12, not 10. So see, that tells you if you can hit 10 to 11 each week out of 16, you're going to be in the money. We just had a lot of bad weeks where we had a 6, a 7, 8, 8, 8. We got to have that double digits, the 10, 11.
And we won twice. I feel like we did better.
Yeah, we did. Well, yeah, exactly. We did. Hey, Cheyenne.
I'm happy one of my students popped on. I think
favorite student. I love that. I love that.
Right?
That's awesome.
Well, man, I hope that next year we can pull it off. But
We will.
I'm still proud of us that we won
Yeah.
twice
Oh,
out of
yeah.
that many people.
Yep.
And there's some advanced stats and stuff, and I think we'll pull other people in occasionally and
I
or just
agree.
like the comments. And
Yep.
I want to do your idea.
What's that?
And there's a Twitter thing
Yeah.
where we can do what you're talking about, and
Okay.
maybe we play with it, where you can have people like that join the show and can actually talk. There's a way to do that through Twitter. I don't know how to do it through this
Okay.
other than the comments.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to play with that. I think that there might be a way. That was a really cool idea that you had.
Okay.
So
I
we're
think
gonna have to.
that'd be
We'll have to talk about it for next year because this
Yeah.
show ain't going away.
No.
I thought we'd do it once a week. I thought that'd be fun.
Yeah.
And I'll do the other one once a week, and I think that'll be plenty.
Cool.
Although I did hop on Frozen Tundra, and I got the
Oh, did you?
Bears fan on there,
Nice.
which was pretty cool. So
We still own you, Bears. We still own you.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Okay.
No, well, we actually made the Lions fan more mad than anybody else. That's the funny
Really?
thing.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fun.
he got upset and dipped. So what are you gonna do? But
Oh well.
Yeah,
that's fine. The Lions aren't going anywhere anyway, so that's fine. Even though they're going to host the Rams, but they may even lose to the Rams.
We're gonna get into that. That's gonna be fun. So let me pull my stuff up. Okay, so let's talk a little more Packers.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on this season? Like, I'm impressed that we got here. What are you thinking?
Even though it was
I'm actually ecstatic.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the first 5 games, we were 2-3, but I'm still thinking.
And we were 3-6 at that point.
And if you look at a lot of the losses and even the wins, we were close. But I mean, we could have been 5 or 3-2 to start the season instead of 2-3. We lost by 1 point to the Falcons. We lost only by 4 to the Raiders. And then the Bronco game, that was just, I don't know what happened, but there's a game there that we should have had. I mean, for the Packers, like I said, a young team, inexperienced quarterback. I think they have gelled, and now especially to even make the playoffs to start off the way they did, I think they had a successful season. I really do.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. I'm like we were 3-6, and we didn't expect to be here. Like when you look at our record, we were 3-6. I was thinking that we should tank, and I'm surprised that we got here. Honestly, like the fact that we came back from the dead, pretty much, and the defense is still up and down. That's what scares me more than anything. The defense, still, I'm concerned, isn't going to be able to get this done.
Right.
But maybe we can. There is a scenario. I've got a few scenarios that we could pull off this upset. Dallas is going to be riding high, 8-0. We're going to be coming in, as long as we don't come in overconfident, but we come in with the right level of confidence.
Yeah,
I think we can do this. I really think when we break this down, I think we can pull it off. But to get from 3-6, thanks, Shay. When we get from 3-6 to 9-8 and go 6-2 over the second half of the season, and there was some legit wins in there. Couple of bad losses, and we almost lost a couple other ones, that Carolina game. But to be this young and for everybody to be together, and Jayden Reed is starting to excel.
Yep.
And I don't know I know you're on vacation, but Bo Melton and Aaron Jones together have been looking dynamite. Like I almost want Bo Melton in the starting lineup and just mix Watson in. And Wicks,
I was going to say Wicks too.
Wicks, I think, deserves starting time. Like I'm almost starting to get to the point where I want Dubs. I almost just want Wicks and Bo Melton and Jayden Reed in, and then we can mix the other two in. You know what I mean?
I agree. I like that Wicks
guy. I don't know.
guy.
If you agree.
I like Wicks a lot. I think Wicks, he's been really coming on lately. So I think.
Chuck says the Packers, Chiefs, and Eagles going to be watching the next round of the playoffs from the couch. I think Philly actually is going to be. I know you're probably right on the Packers, but I'm going to hope that we pull it off. And even if we don't, I'm going to be happy that we're here because we shouldn't even be here. So I'm just happy we're here, honestly. At this point.
Chuck, you're going to like my picks in a little bit here. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm writing them down. This is going to be fun. And you can go throw them in as we go.
Yep.
Also, Aaron Jones. I really like Valentine. I almost just want to stick Valentine on Lamb
Yep.
and throw and shadow a safety.
Yep.
Alexander's questionable anyways. We're going to get into that, but
Yeah.
I'm almost thinking just.
Well, to beat the Cowboys, and we're going to get more in depth too, but I think we got to be able to. Our corners have to be able to hold them one-on-one, and if Alexander's playing, that CeeDee Lamb, we got to make sure he doesn't go off because CeeDee Lamb can destroy you right there. And that'll allow if we can just single up an extra linebacker or defensive back to come up and creep and help stop the run game because that's our Achilles heel all year is the run game. So we'll see.
Sorry, Chuck. I don't think the Cowboys can get by San Fran, man. Even if they get by us and actually get to the conference championship, I don't think they can. I don't know.
And Chuck,
I don't think they can do it.
The Texans are beating your Browns, so sorry. The Texans are going to beat your Browns. I'm just saying.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I think.
Yeah.
I think no. Actually, you know what?
What?
I think the Browns are going to pull it off. That's going to be a fun one. We're going to get into that one. Okay. You ready to break this down?
Yep.
Let's do this, man.
Because I got my reasons behind this one.
We've got some fun picks. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to pick, except for the Packers, I'm going to pick with my head. But I actually think the Packers can pull it off. I really do.
Yeah, I do too.
I legitimately think there's a scenario we can win. Yep. I'm not lying that we should definitely be the underdogs. Our defense is not good. We're ahead of schedule, just like Houston.
Yep.
But like a real breakdown, what I think our offense can keep us in this game. If our defense lets us down, we could score 24 and get blown out like 38-24. It's totally possible.
Yeah.
But I think our offense is going to score 20 at least. The Cowboys linebackers are kind of soft, and
I think
Browns, Steelers, Dolphins, AFC. Hey, Kelsey. We got a lot of people in.
Hey.
Browns, Steelers, Dolphins, AFC.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right.
He's got some upsets. He's going all road teams. I like it.
I was going to say.
The funny thing is that Pittsburgh game with the weather, we're going to get into that one. But you'll hear, we're going to do all of them. And we'll foreshadow so you don't have to wait the whole episode to hear them all. But okay, let's do this Packers game.
All right.
14% of the bets are on Green Bay. Only 32% of the money. Christian Watson is questionable, but he's been questionable all year. Dylan is out, which does suck.
Yeah, it does.
And Alexander is questionable now. That blows. The Cowboys looks like they've got Hankins back. They're full strength.
Yeah.
You're looking at the number one team at points, but they had stat pad.
Yep.
We know that. And the last time, other than Philly, who I don't believe in at all, and now they've got Jalen Hurts hurt, the last time they played a good team or even just a decent team at home, they struggled to beat Seattle. And I think we're a better team than Seattle.
Yes.
I just do. The way I'm seeing it, I just don't know if the Cowboys have talent, but I just don't think they're that extremely dominant of a team. Hey, Chris, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
If Dak don't win, Baker Mayfield, well, I actually think the Bucs are going to win. Philly's got AJ Brown hurt, and we were talking about it last night. Have you heard of this? Hurts, they're thinking that he has ligament damage in his finger.
Yeah.
And that scares the heck out of me. What are you thinking, man?
Yeah.
Did you hear about that one?
Oh, okay. You talking to Chuck?
Oh, hey, Robert, we gotta. Shoot, I'm gonna skip the comment. He said we're gonna beat the Cowboys. I got students in. I got to keep it clean. Sorry.
Yeah.
I can't throw that comment up. But I agree with you, Robert. We're gonna beat them. I got my students in. I don't think the Bucs will win. I've gone against them. The problem I have, Chris, with the Bucs is that when you got AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts hurt, that scares me, and they're already top heavy. So I just don't think so. Like I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't know. That one is tough. I kind of, if I have to pick Hurts over Mayfield, though, I'm kind of leaning Hurts a little bit. I don't believe in Mayfield, though.
I agree with you if he was 100%, but if his fingers severely, if it's really messed up, I'm gonna go look up Jalen Hurts' injury when we get to that game.
Okay.
But if he's, because I know everybody kind of wants us to pick all the games.
Yeah.
My initial thoughts, we can get into them, were Packers, Bucs, and Rams in the NFC.
See, I was thinking Dallas, Philly, and Rams.
Do I get a trump card, or are you going to talk me into Dallas?
As much as I hate picking the Cowboys or Cowgirls or however you want to say that, but I just think they're right now they're the better team, and we're so young. But that's why they play the game. I'm hoping we pull off a miracle. I really do.
Yeah. Well, I think our offense can hang. I really do.
Well,
Jalen Hurts injury is progressing the right way. Yeah, let me look into the Jalen Hurts injury.
Who's gonna back up? We got Aaron Jones, but who else is gonna be our?
Well, here's the deal. Our running game's been consistent. Our offense, like, I know we only scored 17 on the Bears, but we were going up and down the field. So if we don't turn the ball over and LaFleur coaches well, I actually think that we can hang with them offensively. It just comes down to if our defense shows up to play and if we're not giving up a touchdown every single time. But our defense has been wildly up and down. They have had some highs where they've shown up. And if we can get some pass rush, they're not a great running team. We should be able to stop Pollard. They're not that great at running. Yeah. So in the stats breakdown, they're first in points. They're fifth in yards. We're up to 11th now, Bill.
Really?
They're third in passing. We're up to 12th. We're almost dead heat in rushing, but we've been doing much better the last 3 games. Aaron Jones, 100 yards, 3 in a row. Yeah. 14th versus 15th. Time of possession, they're 4th. We're 18th. So they do lean Dallas, but not extremely heavy. Yeah. And then shockingly, when I get into defense, this isn't that bad, actually. In points, they're 5th. We're up to 10th.
Wow.
In yards, they're 5th. We're 17th. So, yes, it leans that way, but not so insanely heavy. I think if we don't let the moment overwhelm us, which is possible, we can hang. And then I think if we can get on them early and shock them and get ahead, there's a chance. Okay. My head says Dallas, but we'll see. In passing defense, they're 5th. We're 9th. Okay. And Gilmore's a little banged up. Yeah. In rushing defense, they're middle of the pack. That's our weakness. We're 28th. Yeah. So sacks, we're dead even. Interceptions, we suck. We're 31st, they're 8th. So.
Well,
Chuck's got a good comment. Ended 2 years off losses. Cleveland, they handed.
Yeah. So are we diving into the Packer Cowboy game right now? Trying to pick?
What more? Do you have any more thoughts on it? Like, we really sucked in that Bucs game and we barely beat Carolina. And the Minnesota one is kind of fraudulent because Hall sucks. Yeah. So that wasn't like that impressive of a win. And the Bears, we should have put away more handedly.
Yes.
But I still see our offense as an offense on the rise. Like, Love is looking extremely comfortable.
I think we're going to put some points up. It's just a matter of, can we stop Dallas, though? That's the key.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Can we do that?
That's right.
And that's the thing is, I think that we can.
Well, here again, this is obvious. Turnovers make a difference. We're going to have to force turnovers and score points off of those. Otherwise, we won't win. There's just no other way about it. We're going to have to get at least 1, if not 2 turnovers and score in order to pull this off. So I'm just trying to think. So who's going to be our backup running back then? If Dylan's out, who's going to Jones and then who? Patrick Taylor?
Yeah. I'm looking. I'm going to do an interesting breakdown for you. Here's Dallas's games at home, okay? You ready for this? Right. Dallas at home. They beat the Jets 30-10. Good on them. That was early in the season. Yeah. We'll call that a good win, even though the Jets, they didn't have Aaron Rodgers, so I don't really care. Like, keep Zach Wilson, so whatever.
Whoop-de-doo.
And I know it sucks. It's like, who did you play? But I'm going to go there. Yeah. Then they beat New England 38-3, but New England was one of the worst teams in the NFL this year. So good on them. Yeah. And then at home, they did beat up the Rams. That was legit, but I don't think Kyren Williams was playing. And I'm not even sure if Stafford was.
That's a good point, too.
I agree with my dad. I think the Packers have a shot.
Yeah.
Okay, then they beat the Giants 49-17. They just do this. They beat up on bad teams.
Bad team, yeah.
Then they beat Washington 45-10 at home. Good on them. And then that Seattle game, they gave up 35. That's the kind of game I think we're going to have here because our offense could put up points.
Yes.
I think that's a potential score, actually. I'm hoping our defense can hold them under 40. That's a target. Then they did beat up on Philly, but Philly's been in a free falling.
Yeah.
And then they almost lost that Detroit game at home.
Yep.
And then they beat up on Washington. So, like, yes, they're 8-0 at home, but I don't see them as this juggernaut team.
No.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they shellac us and just destroy us.
Maybe.
But I think Jordan Love is a good enough quarterback to keep us in this.
I think it's going to be a close game. Dallas, my heart says that they're probably going to win, but I think we give them a battle, and it's closer than what people. It's a 7-point spread right now, according to the Vegas, which that's a pretty.
Which isn't bad.
No, I mean I think it's the largest though out of all the games as far as the spread goes.
The Buffalo Pittsburgh one. Although that one's going to be a fun one to talk about. We're gonna we're gonna have fun with that one.
Yes.
There's some interesting storylines this weekend. I'm gonna be pulling up weather and stuff.
Okay.
I've been excited about this for 2 weeks because I missed our picks. Joe Doe did great last week. We had a long show, but it was fun. Joe from Frozen Tundra was awesome.
Oh yeah.
And he was on our panel last night, and then Millie Goetz was too. And we went into these games, and I actually managed to talk. Joe wasn't there at the time, but I managed to talk the other two into picking Packers.
Oh really? Nice.
So I gotta give a better argument here. Here's my argument.
Okay.
Dak under pressure, except for that Tampa game.
Yeah.
And maybe his first season has not done that well in the playoffs.
Right.
McCarthy is coaching for his life, which may make him coach better. But I think if we are in the game early, our confidence is going to build.
Yeah.
If it really comes down to me, if Joe Barry is smart and run blitzes and doesn't play 10 yards off and presses CeeDee Lamb, and honestly, I either want to see two things. I either want to double Lamb or I want to not let anybody else beat us.
Yes.
And force Dak to go to Lamb and then try to scheme a way for him not to have 230 yards like he did against Detroit.
Right.
Because our pass defense is way better than Detroit's. So I think if we can make them one-dimensional, we can do this. I might just start off doubling Lamb.
Well, and
they're like a really good one-trick pony. It's just one of the best tricks in the NFL.
Is Alexander playing?
There's my dad right there with it. Alexander's back and should shadow Lamb.
There you go. Right. That's what I was. Thank you.
Well, the funny thing is, I'm going to shock you. While I love Alexander,
what?
I'm going to shock you. I really like Valentine. I might put him on Lamb. He's been stepping up on D.
Okay.
When Stokes went out and we had Valentine in, he went at Jefferson and had a pass defense, and I like him. And if Alexander isn't quite 100 or if it's not working early, I would stick Valentine on him and just let him go one-on-one.
Yeah.
With occasional double teams. I just don't want Pollard running all over us. That's going to screw our defense if that happens.
That too. Here's the thing: do we double Lamb, take him out, but then
if he's killing us? I mean, you almost have no choice. I just don't want to see freaking Brandon Cooks and Gallup and Jake Ferguson joining the party. I don't want that.
Pick your poison though. Then Pollard runs all over us. So here's the thing.
Well, Detroit has a good run D, so they were able to neutralize Dallas's run the offense, and it was just the CeeDee Lamb show in that game.
Right.
And they barely won.
So what it's going to come up to really is our linebackers stopping the run game. That's going to be the key.
And can we physical Dallas? Here's a really hidden key. Yeah. It's not even that hidden. Dallas, we need to watch out for the tight end also. I agree with him. I'm going to get to Chuck's comment in a second.
Oh, yeah.
Dallas, if you punt, we're not really the right team for this, but we can be. We've done this against Detroit.
Yeah.
If you punch them in the mouth,
and
that happens on the road like Buffalo, and you just get physical with them,
right?
You can be. You just take their heart out. They are a finesse team.
Yep.
And I don't think there's a way to force them to not pass the ball, but if we try to play the opposite way and force them to run and just slam it down their throat, which I think is their weakness on defense, we can limit the possessions and do what Buffalo did and what San Fran did and just take them out. It is possible. Our running game has been playing really good recently. Aaron Jones has been just killing it.
And we need Gary to step up and be a run stuffer.
That's why I don't see Dallas winning the Super Bowl. They're too finesse. Like, you get physical with them. They are small up front. Their linebackers are small. Van Der Esch is out for the season. You can run on them. And they don't have much of a running game. My dad's worried about Ferguson. I am too, because that's kind of our weakness. But he hasn't been outstanding.
But Dallas...
Sorry, I went on a long tangent.
Dallas has to worry about our Musgrave, too. He's been coming on lately, too.
Tucker Kraft.
Yes. So we got...
I like our receivers and tight end room, man. It's deep.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even talking about Watson or Dubs yet.
No.
And we've got Three
No.
other receivers. Sorry, I'm really excited for this game. Like I really
It
want to
is.
watch it with you.
I know.
I'm sad we can't.
I know.
Like Lynn was like, please don't drive an hour in snow, and I'm like, fine,
No, I
fine,
hear you. I know. Stupid weather.
fine.
Stupid weather.
I'm getting people. A lot of people. I posted in Cowboys groups to troll, so we're getting
Oh.
some Cowboy fans. Chuck made a fun non-Packer comment, and then we'll hop back on the Packers.
Oh.
I got to throw it up. It's been a few comments. Goff gets revenge for the good people of Detroit. Stafford gets carried with booze. He's right.
Nice.
The Rams
Nice.
they've been a hot team. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be a good game.
So I don't know if we're the team to do it, but I do think if we can get Jones 20 touches and he gets another 100 yards, we're in this game.
I think so. That's going to be key, getting Jones involved. Passing game, running game.
Look at our future, man. If we can get a long-term running back, this team is going to be set. We just got to retool some of the defense, but we've got some players there. If we get a couple studs on D, I think we're going to be back in the same kind of position we were in about a year or two, where we were the Kings of the NFC North and a legit threat. They need to be aggressive in free agency and go get that stud on defense. We got that Charles Woodson. If there was I don't think the Raiders are dumb enough to let Max Crosby go, but if there was a guy out there, we should do it.
Yep.
We do historically spend when the opportunity presents itself on defense. We did it later in Rodgers' career too. I'd love to see it.
Yes, I would love to see that too. I mean, I just love the way Love is gelling now with those younger receivers. It's only going to get better. So I mean,
Jaden Reed.
Yeah.
We might have a potential superstar with this
Wicks,
kid.
Reed. I mean, yeah.
Wicks.
Yeah.
And this Bo Melton's giving me Donald Driver vibes, man.
Yep. Yeah.
Number
exactly.
80. And he's out there he's unheralded, making plays. What impressed me, we got into that breakdown, if you're cool talking about it for another minute.
Yeah.
We got we showed on the video last night. I might have to pull up the episode later.
Okay.
Why I want to pay for StreamYard.
Yeah.
It was really cool because the Bears run a Tampa 2 safety, and you're not supposed to be able to hit them in that 15 to 20, that intermediate to deep range.
Right.
And we were doing that consistently on them.
Yeah.
And I'm really going to be curious if we try to do that to the Cowboys
and
read the ball in space, take a couple deep shots to Watson and find Wicks. And Bo Melton, we've been hitting passes not just at the 5 to 10, but we've been hitting it a lot over the middle or just outside the hash at that 15 to 20 yard range. And I'm really going to be curious if we try to do that to Dallas, because I think we're gonna.
You know what's impressed me is, like I said, Love being his accuracy. He's on point, dude. I mean, he's not. I'm not comparing to Aaron Rodgers. He's not an Aaron Rodgers, but
he's got talent,
dude. I mean, if he's already throwing like that, he's only going to get better, dude. I mean,
we got so lucky to get a third guy. Like, did you see his stats on the season?
Oh, they were, I mean, awesome
like he legitimately should have probably been in the Pro Bowl. Like he had way better. Like if you're just going off raw stats, he had a way better season than Stafford did, and Stafford made it.
Yeah, I know. It's
like I think he ended up with 32 touchdowns. I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah, 32 touchdowns and 11 interceptions or something like that.
And 4 rushing TDs. So he had 36 total TDs. I know it's a pass happy league, but in his first season, he had 36 total TDs and over 4,100 yards passing in his first season. And he jumped up to, because he was wildly inaccurate early in the season.
Yeah.
He got all the way up to 64% completion by the end of the year.
That's
freaking killing it.
Yeah. How many interceptions did he have? Yeah.
Only 11.
That's what. Okay,
that
so I was right.
Kind of killed us in that Bears game, but at least he went for it. You know.
Yeah. No,
I'm not so mad about it.
I think we definitely have a quarterback for our future there. Now we just got to build more pieces around him. Yeah.
So how do you see this Cowboy game playing out? What do you think's the score? Let's do our pick.
I want the Packers to win. I'm hoping. I think one turnover here and there can make a difference, but I am thinking the Cowboys squeak this one out. I'm thinking 34-31.
You're going to have to get the dice. I'm picking Packers.
All right.
We're going to roll it.
All right, we're going to roll it. All right. You get the pick, odd or even?
Odd, Packers.
5. We're taking Packers.
Yeah! I'm going to go Packers. All
right.
34-27.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Like, they can throw to land, but I don't know if they're going to actually put up that many points. I'm I might change that to 34-31, but I think we do it. Love has started to fit really well into this team. I agree. All right, guys, people, we had 10 at one point. We got 2 now, but we still got people here, which is sweet. Let's get Bill. I started Packers. When do you pick the next game?
I want to get
NFC. We could do all the NFC or then go to the AFC if you want.
No, I want to dive into the Philadelphia Tampa Bay. This one really intrigues me.
Yeah, man.
All right.
This is kind of fun with only 6 games because we can deep dive them and then still have a decent, good length episode. I'm going to break my 2-hour streak. We're not going 2 hours tonight.
No, we're not going to go 2 hours tonight. All right. Here's a few things that I'm going to throw out there. Philadelphia won 25-11 in week 3. So they beat Tampa Bay in week 3 by 14. I believe it hurts a little bit more than Mayfield. Mayfield is okay, but I can't count on it.
He's had a good year, actually. I'm going to pull up his stats. You're going to be like, damn, that's a good season for him.
I know, but I just, when he was in Cleveland, why didn't he? I can't trust him in the big game. Even though Philadelphia's been on a slide lately, they're not looking all that great. I still think the Hurts factor is going to be a factor. This one's going to be really close. I think it's going to be 3 points or less, but I think Philly pulls this one out. That's my thought.
Okay. So I was enjoying my popcorn I made before the show. Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
So here's the injuries. This is what's scaring me, okay?
All right.
You ready? Okay. And we were talking about it. There's no ligament damage. My dad says Philly 24-22. I'm really torn on this one.
Yeah.
The Eagles are favored by 3 on the road.
Okay.
They are 11-6. The Bucks are 9-8.
Yep.
Philly, over their last 5 games, has lost 4 of them and almost lost to the Giants.
Yeah.
They have lost 4 or 5 when Jalen Hurts was healthy and A.J. Brown was healthy. Now they're both questionable. I'm going to go Bucks.
Okay. All right.
A.J. Brown did not participate in practice on yesterday.
Okay.
He should be able to play, but the fact that he wasn't able to practice wasn't ideal. Limited participation with Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
He didn't play after his finger, and they were thinking it might be mallet finger. And I'm going to read about mallet finger, and I might scare you into the Bucks, maybe. I don't know. I'm torn. I don't believe in Philly anymore. Philly, I don't think is going anywhere. Yeah. Their defense sucks. They've got the worst linebacking core in the NFL.
Yeah.
They are. I'm going to shock you with some stuff here. They're 31st in passing, dude. In pass defense, they're worse than They're worse than the Packers' run D. Wow. That's how bad their defense is. They can't stop a nosebleed, and they don't look like they want to play with each other at all.
Yeah.
Like they look like they don't like each other anymore. Legitimately, everything looks like tedious and laborious on offense.
Yeah.
They just don't look like a cohesive unit. It might just be Super Bowl hangover. They just don't look like they want to play together.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just how I'm seeing it. I'm looking at the Ringer because I like some of their advanced stats.
Yeah.
They got Philly. Wow, they're ranked low. They've got Philly. Dang, man. Philly's ranked 12th. They've got them ranked below Green Bay.
Oh, wow.
They're in EPA, their pass offense is 10th. Oh, this is bad. So their pass offense is 10th.
Yeah.
In actual stats, their pass offense is 16th.
Okay.
So they're expected to be better than they are, and they've had some bad luck.
Yeah.
In rush offense, they're 7th. They're actually 8th, so that adds up. But here's the scary thing. In EPA, their pass defense is 27th, and for real, it's 31st.
Oh, wow.
But recently, their rush defense has been so bad, it's actually 10th, but its expected play is 30th.
Ooh. Wow.
They're not able to stop anything on defense. That defensive line isn't getting pressure. They're only one guy with double-digit sacks. They're only 19th. They're not getting pressure. They don't have a defense. And here's the crazy thing. The Bucks are the worst team in rushing where Philly's strength is. So it's kind of a strength-on-strength thing. They're not going to even try to run. It's going to be – it might rain, but it's in Tampa, so the weather will be fine. It's not snow. It's not cold.
It's not going to be.
They're not going to run it. Tampa's not going to run it, Philly. But they got that running back who can catch the ball in the backfield, and they've got Mike Evans and Godwin. They're a middle of the pack passing team.
Right.
But Baker had a good season, and they're not missing. The only this is the nuts thing. Baker's questionable, And on the other side, Jalen Hurts, last thing I saw, was questionable.
Yeah.
So both quarterbacks are banged up.
Jeez.
Long story short,
yeah.
I'm feeling Tampa in an upset. I don't believe in Philly. So I guess we're rolling.
All right.
This A.J. Brown thing scares me, dude. He's questionable with a knee.
All right.
He is their best player by a mile.
I'm going to say odd. Okay. It's even, so we're going Tampa Bay.
I won 2 dice rolls.
I know, right?
There's only 13 games left. We're not going to get in. I don't know if there's a playoff round. If we get them all perfect, that'd be sweet, but it's all right.
Well,
this is just for fun.
We have to, from now on, we got to get them all. And those that are still in the upper echelon have to get them wrong too. But what are the odds? Even if they get 50%, we won't be able to catch them. So
that's what I'm saying. We pick all upsets and try to nail them. Why not?
Well, why not? I mean, why not? Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Sounds good.
But I'm actually feeling Tampa and Green Bay. Okay. You want to do that last NFC and then hit AFC?
Yeah, let's do that.
The Lions are only 3-point favorites in Detroit now.
I know.
It's a 3-point spread.
Yep.
It's in Detroit.
Yep.
The last, I've done this last couple times. What are the recent games? How are the Rams and Lions done?
Let's see, where did I look? The Rams. I'm thinking the defense for the Rams wins this one. I don't trust in the passing defense of the Lions stopping the Rams. So I was leaning Rams on this one just for the fact that I can't trust the Lions defense to stop the Rams. I think it's going to be a shootout. I really do.
I like my dad. I'm with him. I think the Rams win this one.
Yep.
I trust Stafford over Goff.
Yep.
Just look at the stats, but just look at the way they played. And Millie Goetz was trying to, from episode last night, he came on a couple weeks ago too. Yep. He was trying to dispute this whole Rams are hot thing. Yeah. But they haven't had a lot of credible wins, but they have played better. They only lost to Baltimore. They did beat Cleveland before Flacco was there, I believe. But they still beat up Cleveland, which is impressive nonetheless. They were kind of floundering at that point without a quarterback, so I kind of get it. But they did hang with Baltimore, and then they beat Washington, New Orleans, the Giants, and the 49ers B team. So there really isn't in that many impressive wins. Before that, they beat Arizona. They barely they barely beat Seattle. So 7 of 8, and there's not a lot of good teams this year. So I get that whole theory.
Yeah.
But Kyren Williams makes them special on offense, and they've got Nakua, and they got Stafford, obviously, and they got Cooper Kupp. They're up to 7th in yards per game. The Lions are 3rd.
Yeah.
The Lions are 2nd in passing. The Rams are 10th in rushing. The Lions, obviously, they're one of the best. They're 5th. The Rams are up to 11th, but you got to remember, Kyren Williams missed 6 games. He missed a lot. So, time of possession, they're similar, but on D, they're actually, ironically, I'm gonna scare you here.
What?
They're similar. Oh, Laporta's out. That hurts. Let me look at the injury.
Is he out for Detroit?
Yeah, they played him last week. My dad's asking.
Okay.
Look. I'm happy he's still here. Laporta's questionable.
Okay.
Their backup tight end's out, so I don't know what they're gonna do. And they're gonna miss Raymond, who is one of the deeper receivers, and James Houston. The Rams are fine. Nobody except for their tight end Higbee. That's it.
Yeah.
So they're pretty healthy.
Here's my thing.
Laporta, though, is a big one.
Yeah, I'm thinking though. Stafford knows the Lions, right? He was with them.
It's a flip. True. Isn't that funny?
Oh, I guess you could look at it both ways. But I'm thinking Stafford. I think he's a better quarterback, and he'll be able to pick apart that Lions defense better than Goff will. So, but I mean, I just don't. I don't know. If I had to pick Goff or Stafford, I'll take Stafford over Goff. I just, sorry, but
what's funny is Goff had better stats this year, and I think we all agree that Stafford's a better quarterback.
Yeah.
Goff had 30 TDs, 12 interceptions. Stafford had 24 TDs, 11 picks.
Yeah.
But Stafford made the Pro Bowl. He missed a game or 2 in there. But Goff had better stats, and Montgomery was a beast for them.
Yeah.
But Kyren Williams just got going. They have St. Brown. It's comparable, but on defense, ironically, the Rams are 19th, and they're only a point better than the Lions.
Wow.
But the difference And the pass D isn't. They're almost identical in yards. The Rams pass D is 20th though, and they weren't expected to be good. The Lions are down at 27th. The Lions rush D is second. So that strength is going to play on the Kyron Williams thing. The Rams are 12th. So ironically, actually, the Lions, I think you can shred that pass D though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. I think that's where it's going to be.
That's my thought. And I'm looking at some advanced stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, the Rams.
Yeah.
PA.
Yep.
Yeah, that Lions pass D is just a weakness.
Yeah.
It's such a severe weakness. And they're missing. They might be missing Laporta because they were trying to win that last game.
So that
was meaningless. Are we both going Rams?
I'm going Rams.
Yeah, I'm going 3 upsets in the NFC. Let's do it. Do it.
Hey,
I think the NFC is ripe with. It's ripe for just picking on the upsets.
Yes, I agree. I think so.
I hope this isn't our last Packer pick'em. I hope they make the divisional round. I really do.
I hope so too.
I think we have a chance. Maybe we get destroyed. I just don't. I don't see Dallas as going to any Super Bowl anyways. So it doesn't really matter.
Do you remember when the Packers were the 6th seed? They had to go on the road, run the table, and they won the Super Bowl. So I mean, anything can happen in this game.
If RD could step up with this offense and how weak the NFC is outside of San Fran, we could hang with any team in the NFC if we can beat Dallas.
And someone could upset.
But we play San Fran next week. You know that, right? If we win this, we go to San Fran.
If we win, we go to Fran. Yeah, I know. But hey,
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
That'd be a massively successful season. Even to compete in Dallas, that'll be a great season for us. That's way further than anybody else expected us to go.
You know what? Even if we lose, as long as we're competitive and we give them a fight, I'll be happy with that. I'll be happy.
So before we do AFC, here's what I was thinking. I think we do this for the next few weeks. We'll do a Super Bowl preview.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do an in-person episode if we watch the Super Bowl together, especially if the Packers make it.
Yes.
Which will be epic. But maybe we'll do an in-person episode. That'd be really cool. And we could have we could just do it us or have shots or somebody on because I can add one. But if not, and then I'm thinking we shut it down for a few weeks, and then if I'm not gone for spring break, we can reboot it back up for free agency and the draft, and then we can shut it down for a month or two.
All right.
Take a break, maybe come back for if there's some big news. But I'll keep doing the shorts here and there, and I've been doing posts on Facebook. I'll show you.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to show you how to get to the Fun Football Podcast page. I'll do it at the end of the show.
Okay.
But that's my future plans for the show. And the next season we'll do. I'm thinking if you're cool with it, maybe we move our show to Thursday night because you're busy Tuesdays at Bible study, anyways.
Right. Okay.
Or Wednesdays, and then I'll do the other show the other night. That's what I'm thinking.
Either one. I mean, we could do the preview of the Thursday night football game, and then into the stuff that too. Yeah. Okay.
There is some stuff I want to explore with trying to get. I'm like in the comments with getting people to call in. I mean, the Frozen Thunder guy asked me about it. I am considering I go do that other show and we only have one of these of doing like a Packer preview episode every week.
Yeah.
With you maybe, and we could mix other people in.
Okay.
That'd be fun.
That'd be
just
cool.
30 minutes, just Packers.
Yeah, just Packers. Okay.
Because I think Bill, the Packer fan, would be down for it. So he wanted us to do it. So. We're going to explore that. We'll talk about it before next season. So there's some future plans for people listening. We still got 4 people on. All right.
And Tom will be
We're doing good on time. I want to see if we can cap it at an hour and a half at the latest. So let's go AFC, but weather, if you looked at it, is a huge factor.
Yes.
You want to start with the non-weather game or you want to start with one of the weather games?
Let's start with the weather game.
Which one do you want to do? You want to do KC or Buffalo?
I want to do Buffalo.
Man, that's going to be a slugfest. They dropped the line. It's 9.5 now. That's the biggest spread, more than ours. 9.5 point favorites for Buffalo. But let me look at it now. The wind was supposed to be like insane, and it kind of Millie Goetz was making a good point. It kind of favors Buffalo, it kind of favors Pittsburgh.
But here's the thing, too. Pittsburgh's without T.J. Watt. Don't forget.
They are, but if there was going to be a way for them to win, it would be a slugfest where they can't throw the ball.
True.
Because if they can't throw, they're one-dimensional. They have to run. Cook has had 3 bad games in a row. They're going to have to platoon it. I still am leaning Pittsburgh or Buffalo. But if there was a scenario for Pittsburgh, the wind gust is high. Bill is 50 degrees, leaving the wind chill in the single digits. They're going to have lake snow as well. 3 to 6 inches of snow throughout the game.
So
high winds may limit the visibility. It's going to be ugly Buffalo weather.
Well, then ask the question this, because the kicking game is going to be nothing. So field goals aren't going to be a factor. Who's going to be able to control the game running the ball? That's going to come down.
Throw your picks in. I've been doing a bad job with it. Who do you guys think is going to win? Pittsburgh, Buffalo?
Yep.
Let's get some comments. I got to see 4 people listening. Let's do it. What do y'all think?
Because it's going to come down who can run the ball.
I'm still leaning Buffalo. I'm going to run through some stats.
Yeah.
89% of the bets are on Buffalo, but shockingly, 59% of the money is on Pittsburgh.
That's weird. That's weird.
Buffalo's still favored by 9.5. Injuries. TJ Watt is out. Sorry about that.
When you're saying.
And Rasul Douglas for Buffalo, who we let go of, is questionable. And Gabe Davis is out. So they're already down Gabe Davis. And now you can't throw because of the wind. So they're 8th in passing. They're 7th in rushing. So at least they can still run the ball.
They can run.
But Pittsburgh's average in D. So if both teams can stack the box, are we looking at a
right?
I mean, there's no kicking game. Are we looking at a 14-10 win?
Yep. I'm thinking.
I was leaning Buffalo.
I was leaning Buffalo too, just for the fact they're at home. I don't see Buffalo because they've
won 5 in a row. They've won some teams. They beat some teams too. They beat KC. They beat Dallas. They beat Miami for the division.
Yep.
They did barely beat New England. They barely beat the Chargers, but that was after a coach thing. My dad thinks he's got it close, 21-10, but that's kind of where I'm at. I think Pittsburgh, even with Mason Rudolph, is going to struggle.
Yeah.
They barely lost to Philly right before that, and they destroyed the Jets. So they've won 6 of 7, and most of them are legitimate. Yeah. So Allen has a strong arm. If anybody's going to throw, and Mason Rudolph actually can sling it too. So maybe Pittsburgh actually gets some deep shots in that crap weather. Maybe if somebody falls down, there's some broken plays even in the wind.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's possible.
It is.
It's possible. We'll see. So we both think in Buffalo, right? Let's do scores for people. I think it'll be fun. There's only 6 games. I'll go. I like my dad's score. I'll go. I don't know if there's going to be a field goal. Let's say they get stopped once. I'll go 24-14. I'll say Buffalo by 10.
I'm going to say 17-13.
You're putting these in, right? I hadn't actually been writing them down.
Oh, no, I haven't. So.
Hey, wait. No, I can write them down. Hold
on. Okay.
Izac, Bill, I went Green Bay. You went Dallas. I went Tampa Bay. You went Philly. I didn't write down the scores. I'll write them down.
Okay.
We both went Rams. Okay, let's do that. Packers score. What's the Packers score?
I'm thinking.
And we're going to come back and look at this next week.
Because we're taking Packers, right?
Yeah, but no, you took Dallas. I wrote it down.
That's right. I'm saying Dallas 30. Dallas 35 to Packers 28.
Okay, and I think it was 34-27.
Yep.
Green Bay. Okay, and then Tampa, I don't know if I said a score. I'll go Tampa 31, Philly 24.
And I took Philly, right? Or did I take?
Yeah, you took Philly.
I'm going to say Philly 24-17.
Okay, and then we both took the Rams. I'm going to go high.
Yeah.
Scoring.
It should be a shootout.
I'll go 38-31. 38-30. I'll go 38-30.
I'm going to go 34-30.
Rams. Okay, and then we're both taking Buffalo. I went 24-14. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking lower. I'm going to say 17-13.
Nice. I like it. Let's do the other weather game, and then we'll end with the non-weather one, I actually think Buffalo or Cleveland are the 2 teams that can knock off Baltimore.
Yep.
If there is 2 in the NFC or in the AFC, I think that's it.
No, I agree.
Okay. Let's do that. Man, this one is weather too. I think.
Yep.
Let me pull it up. Chiefs.
Miami, KC,
weather. Let me look it up. Chiefs weather prediction. I think it's supposed to be like frozen, man. Single digit temps, because you're in Texas. They're further north, and they're gonna get it. Like I might miss school Tuesday.
Yeah, no, they're saying
high of 7 degrees and a low of -8.
Oh.
So they're not going to be throwing the ball, which favors the
Nope.
Chiefs because they've sucked at that this year anyways.
Yes. Yep.
I mean, not statistically, but if you watch them, they did. Yeah.
And Miami's not going to be ready for that cold
That's
weather.
interesting, though, because Miami's good at running the ball, too.
I know, but
The Chiefs, it's 75% of the bets are on them. They're favored by 4.5, which is kind of the Vegas zone.
yeah,
54% of the money, so it's leaning Chiefs. Mostert is questionable for Miami.
okay.
Waddle's questionable for Miami.
Yeah.
Xavier Howard is out. They're down their best 2 pass rushers. They lost him already. They played Chubb in that last game, and he's out, which, man, that sucks. Nothing big for the Chiefs. They've got everybody.
Yeah.
Kelsey was going to ask questions if he's going to retire. He just missed 1,000 yards. 24-6. Yeah, I think the Chiefs D is still, if there's outside of Cleveland and Baltimore's D, which is the best, they're probably right there. They're second, and they deserve to be. They're legit. That defense is legit.
I think that defense is going to carry them in this cold weather. There's not going to be much scoring, so the better defense wins.
I agree. And the Dolphins defense is 22nd in points. They're 10th in yards, if you can believe it. But they're 15th in passing. They're 7th in rush D. The Dolphins D is. So that's actually a strength for them in a cold weather game. But
I like your dad's score there.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a blowout. I think the Chiefs are gonna win. I think they're gonna we're gonna see, even though they've been 4-4 over the last year, I think we're gonna see them at their best here.
Yep.
With Reed and Mahomes. I think they're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna go 24-10.
Okay. I'm gonna go lower again. I'm gonna say 17-13.
Same score. I like
Same
it.
score.
And then it'll be in Buffalo next week, and then I think the Chiefs run ends there. They're not gonna go to Buffalo and win. No. I don't think they've got it. I just don't see the Chiefs. But I think this game they've got enough because I don't believe in Miami at all. They're like more fraudulent than Dallas in my opinion. And they beat Dallas, but it was on the road. I don't like Miami.
No.
And they're down. If they're down Mostert, that's a huge weapon for them.
Yeah.
And Waddle.
Yeah.
They're a top heavy team. You lose one guy, they're done. Miami lays an egg, just have a feeling. I agree, Dad. I think that might be true.
Yeah.
All right, we got one more, and then I got a little bit of news, and maybe I got maybe one more thing, but okay. Let's go Cleveland, Houston. I'm thinking Cleveland. I like CJ Stroud. Cleveland's favored by 2 on the road here. Don't get me wrong, I like Stroud. I had him in fantasy. This Buffalo D or this Cleveland D is no joke though, man. They're first in yards. They're first in pass defense.
You know, here's my thought. Cleveland beat the Niners. They beat the Ravens this season. 2 legit teams, right?
Yeah.
Cleveland won in week 16, 36-22. But here's the thing. Houston has been getting turnovers like you wouldn't believe. That defense is really turning. And for them to lose 2 in a row at home to the same team, I'm taking Houston for this one. I don't know. I just got a feeling on this one.
I like it. I want to take them. I just, unless Flacco's arm falls off, I like the way they've been throwing the ball.
Yeah.
I don't like to just look at stats. Denzel Ward being out does scare me because Nico Collins is legit, but they got another corner too, and their pass D is just legit, and they've been. Their passing offense has been stepping up recently. They've got a competent running game. Houston can't really run the ball. They're going to be relying on their passing game, which is 7th.
Yeah.
But they're going to be relying on Stroud, and they're down possibly Noah Brown and Robert Woods, and Tank Dell's out for the year. So you're down to Nico Collins and okay tight ends. And I just think the Browns can slow that down enough. I just do.
Okay.
So I'm actually thinking Browns in a landslide. I think they win by like 10-14.
What is else?
I think it's going to be a double-digit win. I just like their D. I think it's gonna. It hasn't. So I'm gonna pull up one last thing because we're really good on time. We're at an hour. We're almost done.
What does everyone else think out there?
What do you guys think? We got 6 watching. Leave some comments, guys.
Yeah.
Shout it out. Let me make sure I made it so everybody can comment. Hold on.
Yeah, Cleveland, Houston. What do you guys think?
Yeah, like everybody can. Also, I'm debating moving to YouTube. I had some guys from X making comments, but it sucks because I'm getting a lot on Facebook too. So that makes me want to pay for StreamYard. because that was fun last night. Because I had dudes I've been talking to on X for months now, leaving comments that are football podcasters. It was legit.
That's
It was
cool.
cool. One guy's a Bears fan. The other one has his own, and he has a show. My dad, what do you think?
Yeah.
Chris, what do you guys think? There's 6 people watching. What do y'all think?
Cleveland or Houston, guys?
Okay, so Cleveland's road games on the season.
Right.
Chris says he means 27-24 Cleveland. Okay. No. Oh, 24-20. You're good. Gotcha. Okay. Shots joined. Dude, you're supposed to be on a date. Go on your date, man. Go on your date. Be with your wife. Browns Super Bowl caliber D. Thanks for hopping in, man. Good running backs. Flacco fever.
Okay.
Hey, Shots. We got to do a show with me, you, and Bill and Seth from our shows. I think that'd be fun. You and Bill need to cut it up. It'd be great. John Doran says, "Go Pack Go." He's from Frozen Tundra. Okay, so here's the Browns games. We gotta close with some Packer thoughts before we leave.
All right.
Okay, so here's the Browns road games on the season.
All right.
They lost to Pittsburgh early in the season. This is on the road.
Okay.
At home, they got shellacked by Baltimore. They destroyed Cincinnati the first game.
Yeah.
They beat San Fran. That was legit.
That was
Had Scout. Oh, nice. He already went on the date. There you go, man. Yeah. Nice. Okay. They went to Indy and barely won that stupid Indy game right before Halloween.
Yeah.
Then they lost to Seattle, and then they went on a weird run. They shut out Arizona and in Cleveland. They went to Baltimore and won, maybe one of their best wins of the season, pre-Flacco.
Okay.
At home, this is Cleveland season. They barely beat Pittsburgh. It's been wildly up and down.
Yeah.
Then they lost to Denver in one of their worst losses of the year. They lost the Rams back to back, and then the Flacco fever started. I think it was right around then. They beat Jacksonville. They beat the Bears barely. They beat Houston. They just played right before Christmas. And they beat Houston by 14, and that was Flacco, and that was very similar to this team now, and it was in Houston. And you know what? That's a good score. I'm going to go 35-21. I think they win by 14.
Okay.
They played on the 24th. I think it happens again.
Yes, they did play. Yeah.
You going Houston?
I just, man.
Stick to your guns, man. Don't let me talk you into it.
All right.
You're doing great today. You haven't let me sway you. You're like,
no.
Isaac, your charms have worn off. We lost this season. Report. We stuck. We only won 2 weeks. We should be in the top 15. Actually, seriously,
no.
we missed 5 picks because, and I'm not putting on you, man. I forgot to tell you, and I could have logged in. There's 5 to 6 we forgot to flip because we were wrapped up with this.
Yeah.
That's the money right there, dude.
Yeah.
Next year, not happening. We fixed it late in the season. We're good.
And
we'll get it next year.
We will. Well, no, next year we're gonna have a fine-tuned plan. We'll get it. I'm gonna stick with Houston. I got a feeling, for some reason, Houston at home. I think they find a way to pull it out. So we can roll on that one since we're different. So,
what's your score?
I'm gonna say Houston 30-24. 30-24.
Oh, I like it. I can see that. I mean, there is an element where I'm worried about Flacco's arm falling off. He's almost 39. He's older than me by a few years, so he's an old man.
You're funny. Oh, wow.
I'm getting there.
I'm
36.
ancient, man.
My wife messes with me.
Shoot.
You're like, you're young, man. Shut up.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Cleveland 20, Houston 13. I like that's a good score. It might be lower scoring than I'm giving it credit for, but
true.
I mean, Houston can't really run the ball, and the Nico Collins thing is special. But Denzel Ward, their Browns' best corner, him playing is going to be huge because Houston's receivers, if they can play, that's going to be a huge swing. So, okay, let's roll on it.
All right.
I'll take this one. I'll go even. I'll go even for Cleveland.
All right, it's 2.
Yeah, I won again. Yeah,
man, you're doing
3
good with
for
the
3 of my rolls.
I was gonna say,
get it. Okay, so I want to close with some Packers thoughts in a second.
Yep.
Bill, you have any more thoughts on the playoff games before we move forward?
No, I think we're going to see some good games. I think good action, but I think, like every year, the wild card round, you always have those road wins. You're going to see a 50-50. I think three teams are on a road win and 3 home teams. I think it's going to be pretty split.
You have any Super Bowl? Let's do a quick Super Bowl preview, and then I got one or two more things quick,
Okay.
and we'll be out of here. What's We got about 10 more minutes, I'd say. What's your Super Bowl preview? I'm still leaning San Fran Baltimore. I can't get off it. I think it's destined.
I have to agree with you. The only alternative I could see to that would be
Buffalo.
Buffalo. I don't see anyone other than the Niners in the NFC.
Cleveland with that AFC North, their kryptonite. If there was a kryptonite for Baltimore,
yep,
it might be a team that can throw a complicated defense at Lamar, make him make some mistakes, and just fold like he has in the past, the playoffs. And I see that as Cleveland or Buffalo. I don't see anybody else in the AFC. I can't see the Chiefs, even with that defense. Yeah. Maybe, but I don't think they've got the receivers. Rashee Rice will have to bust out. They do have a D. They got a running game, but that receiving core is so bad. Yeah. And Kelsey's fallen off. I just don't think they've got it. They don't look like they've got it. But crazier things have happened. I'm still leaning San Fran, Baltimore, but yeah, I think Cleveland or Buffalo would be the teams in the AFC. Yeah. I don't see a team in the NFC. My buddy's saying Dallas at work. I'm like, no, man, I just don't see it.
No.
The Rams, but I can't see them actually winning in San Fran.
No, I mean, yeah, they're
I don't see a team. Us, we're too young. It's Detroit. Yeah. No, they can't.
No.
I don't think they got a good run D, but he did San Fran and Buffalo. I like it, man. I'm pretty close to doing it, actually.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about Lamar, but that D is legit, and Lamar looks like he's matured. We're going to see this playoff run. Lamar and Dak need to have a lot to prove these playoffs. A lot.
Dak, Dak.
Okay, we didn't talk it at all. If your game, before we close, I want to do Packers thoughts, but we got to talk about it. What did you make of all these coaching changes, man?
Man,
is this crazy?
Yeah,
we opened with it on the show last night. That's why I waited for the end.
Okay. I mean, it's kind of like, college, you got colleges, the coaches changing here and there. The NFL, same kind of thing. I mean, it's such a win now league. And if they don't produce, they're out. I mean, it's just,
it's crazy that Belichick, Carroll, and Saban and Vrabel are all available at the same time. Cause I really like Vrabel. He's not on their level yet, but I think he's a guy you can build around. I really like him. So,
and they're experienced coaches. I mean, with winning records, and I mean, it's just,
I think that Vrabel, if you're building a team long term, would be the guy I'd go for.
Yeah.
I don't think Saban wants to coach anymore, but I mean, I don't know if Belichick still has it, but I mean, you've still got 2 Super Bowl winners in Carroll and well respected. I like shots coming with this. Did you see what they did? Jared Mayo is the new head coach. He gives it 2 to 5 years. The problem is it's going to depend if he can land that quarterback. That's going to be it. I liked the pedigree, but if they don't get a quarterback, I agree with shots. It's not going to last.
Right.
So it's tough because he's a younger guy and they just want to immediately move on. And I think they like to have a plan in place. That's the Patriot way.
Yeah.
And this, I think, felt like the Patriot way, even though I really think they made a mistake. And I think they should have gone Vrabel. I really think that was the guy. I just think they goofed up. Like Vrabel's had solid teams with bad to below average quarterback play. Right. So like you give them somebody average with that D, I think you're gonna have a playoff team. I think they screwed up. I'm okay with Mayo, but I think Vrabel played there, won Super Bowls there. He was the guy.
Yeah, I agree. To me,
that's what I was kind of surprised they didn't even think about it.
Well, and there you just brought it up. New England already has a solid D. Okay. And there's two obviously, not to state the obvious, offense and defensive side of the ball. But if you already have one part of the two, then you bring in the coach who can work on the other half to make you even if you're average, if you're dominant in the defensive side and even average in the offensive side, you're going to be a good team and a hard team to beat in this league. I mean, so
I agree.
But
you know what's funny is to me. So we were talking about the head coaching vacancies that are open now. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got Washington.
Yep.
You got New England. You got Seattle. Seattle now, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Washington to me looks like the one I would stay away from. If I was a head coach and I had my pick of the litter, like I had an interview with all of them, because Washington's got such a big rebuild. At least New England has a pretty good defense in place. Now, it might have been a lot of it Belichick because he knew defense, but they've got a good D that really played dominant at points this season, even though they were left to, like, they were just, that offense was leaving them just exposed, just hanging. And I don't think the New England job's that bad. But you got to get some receivers. Me and Joe were talking about this with KC last night. The cupboard's dry for KC. I get it. He's a Raiders fan, so I think there's a little bit of that there. But I don't blame them because they need some receivers. New England needs receivers, but they got Hunter Henry, and if they can get Stevenson healthy, it's interesting where you just need to rebuild the offensive line. Quarterback's the hardest position to find.
Yes,
but at least you've got some building blocks. And Vrabel was the guy. Like, it just... Man, I could be wrong. I just, was surprised Tennessee moved on from him.
Yeah.
Ooh, I guess would probably be a better go with New England. Vrabel with Atlanta. Bill, Shots agrees with you. I like that, too, because they do need somebody offensive-minded because they've just been neglected that offense so bad. So I get you guys' point. It's a good point.
Yeah.
So I'm a little sad. I had some cool plans. I was going to do a Packer Cowboy preview with a Cowboys fan, but he has plans with his wife. So I'm going to, I wanted to do it with a Cowboys fan because I thought that'd be fun.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I can get Ed or somebody. We'll see. It may just not happen. I might just do some shorts instead. Or get my dad on, but he's a Packers fan, so that kind of defeats the purpose, and you are too. So I'm sad. It was going to happen Sunday morning, so at the moment, there's no more episodes planned. I may cook something up. It was going to literally just be a 30-minute, only Packers-Cowboys. That's it. We ignore the other games. I was really excited. It's Ben Holloway. He's a friend on Facebook. He does Death Taxes and Sports. He's a big Cowboys fan. We've talked plenty of Cowboys because I watch them the most other than Green Bay.
Right.
So I was really excited. It's not going to happen. It's okay. I've done a lot of podcasts this week and I'm kind of tired, so it's all right.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited about this game. So my final thoughts are, we talked about it last night. I want to see LaFleur using motion.
Yes.
I don't want to see jet sweeps galore.
No.
I want to see read the ball in space. I want to see us exploiting Deron Bland and their nickel corners because they're exploitable.
Yeah.
Mix in Aaron Jones. If Love gets comfortable, even if we lose, I think he's gonna have a good day. I really do.
Yeah.
And I think on D, the way we played the last couple of games where we've had the linebackers up and we've been run blitzing, and if we can get pressure like that Detroit game with Gary and let's unleash Van Ness and Preston Smith, and we can get some pressure, which is possible. Their line is beatable, their offensive line. That could sway the game. I want to put the pressure on Dak, make him make some picks, which he can do.
Yes.
That's what
I agree. I think my key to the game is time of possession. If we can control the clock, I think we can beat Dallas. Keep Dallas, their offense off the field. And Jones, we got to have a run game. We just got to pound the ball. If we can average 4 or 5 yards a carry with Jones and then mix in a
point.
So I think that's.
What if we average the last 3 weeks? Let's look. So I know Jones has had over 100 yards each game. Yeah. And I completely agree with Shots. Ben Johnson might be the guy, or Ben the guy. Vrabel to Atlanta would be interesting. I think Vrabel in Seattle, if they could land a quarterback, would be a really interesting proposition. Okay, so Green Bay against Chicago. This was really impressive. I know we only had 17 points, but if you looked at the yards, we were killing them. Jones averaged 5 yards a carry that game. And Bo Melton came in and had a couple runs.
Yep.
Shorten the game. Good job, Bill. We need to keep it out of their hands. Jaden Reed had only 4 catches, but for 112 yards.
Yeah.
And Bo Melton, this was his worst game, and he still had 60 yards. And Wicks had 60 and 2 TDs. I loved it.
Wow.
Spreading the ball around.
Yeah.
But Jaden Reed's turning into that guy. I really like it. So the game before that, let's look at it.
That was against
Minnesota. I know Jones had a good game. Jones had 6 yards a carry that game for 120 yards, and Taylor had 30 yards himself. nothing special. Dylan had 27, so we ran for like almost 180 yards in that game. That was pretty sick. Bo Melton had 100 yards that game. Jaden Reed had 90 and 89 and 2 TDs. So Reed had 2 strong games in a row, and so was Bo Melton, mixed in with Aaron Jones. And the game before that was Carolina. So the last 3, Jones had 6 yards of carry there. This is the key, man.
Yeah,
It's Dobbs had 80 and a touch in that game, but Melton had 44. He had a solid game. This Aaron Jones thing, it's when we won that Super Bowl, James Starks was just lighting it up, and that's what we need.
I think it's and like I said, of course we played Minnesota and Chicago the last 2 games, but we held 10 points or less in both of those contests. We're not going to do that against Dallas, but if we can minimize their scoring capabilities by controlling, like I said, the ball, run, and then score, we have to. That's the important. The big thing is we have to not only control the ball, run the ball, but we have to also score when we get that position too. That's the thing.
Let me pull up one last thing, and then we can bounce. Thanks for hanging with me, man. I've had a lot of fun this season. You made this more fun. As much as I like doing shows with other people, and I really do, it's different chemistry. Me and you just flow, man. I'm excited. I really hope we can do this again next year, because I want to keep this thing going.
Absolutely. Bring more of our friends on, like shots and all this stuff.
I know I'm debating paying for StreamYard. We're going to talk about how much it is. Okay. That's one of the reasons I'm really excited, and I love me and Matt have a lot of fun. But that's it. Last night when we streamed it, I forgot even to tell AK it would have been 4.
Yeah.
And shots, if he had another location, we had it in 3 different spots last night.
Okay.
And live, it had almost 200 views.
Wow.
Live. Yeah.
That's
Facebook
awesome.
was nuts. So that's why I was like debating paying for StreamYard for our show.
Yeah.
In the future. Oh, 5. Yeah. 5 locations.
5.
And we forgot to tell AK. So we goofed on that, and we can set up more in the future, because I can do 2 too. So this is why I'm debating doing the Packer show, because I would blast it everywhere if we did a Packer one, and it could just be the Fun Football Podcast.
Yeah.
And we could just do a Packer 30-minute one, and you could come on, and if you want, and we can bring other Packer fans on from Frozen Tundra and other things. We could bring shots on.
Shots,
it would have
definitely,
been 7 locations with AK. That's crazy. So that's one of the reasons it got so many views. And now with Twitter, I think it's at like 400 already, which is kind of stupid. And on YouTube, what I liked about YouTube was I had people that I've been talking to on X for a while, and we were able to get them on. So the reason we were thinking about doing Blitzing the Blind Side, or whatever we're going to call it, whatever Blitzing the Fan, or whatever it's going to be called, is we were thinking about talking college and having it be a 3 to 4 person show every week.
Okay.
So we're going to mix. I'm going to have to brush up and get better with my college, but having a panel episode. So me and Matt will be the mainstays, and we'll bring a 3rd, 4th occasionally for like the mock draft.
Okay.
8 people on every once in a while.
Nice. All right.
So if you're game,
okay,
it'd be fun, man.
That'd be fun. Okay. Sounds good.
And the cool thing is it's a longer one. So if we have 4 people, like last night, Joe had to hop off. Ain't a big deal. Me and Med were there, and AK hopped on, so it was fun. So
okay.
But yeah, I'm debating paying for StreamYard. They're making me want to pay for it.
How much is it? Is it a yearly or monthly?
$20 a month if you pay for the year, or $30 a month. So I wanted to try to start making money on this, and I'm starting to get more followers on Facebook. So we'll see by next season. By then, I'm going to explore. If I get close to 1,000 on Facebook, we'll see. So,
okay. All right.
Spread the word, people. We want to get. We want it everywhere.
Right.
Plus, also, I'd like to bring more people on.
Right. Yeah.
For our show, like I think would be fun for our picks every other week. If we suck, we wait till we suck, and then we bring a 3rd person on to help us with our picks when we suck, because we had so many weeks this year. Oh, it's 25 per month. No, that's 20. If it was 240. 240 divided by 12 is 20.
Right.
If it was 20.
So it's about 250 a year or something. Okay.
Yeah, so it's 240 a year. Or if you pay by the month, it's 30 a month. So it's something I'm debating, because I think it'd be fun, and I think we'd get more views. So yeah. So that was the future plans. Okay. I think for Fun Football Pod,
Yeah.
we're going to continue with the playoff previews.
Okay.
And maybe me and Bill will finally do an in-person show once if we can get together
That would be
before
good.
the game. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Either before the Super Bowl or the conference championships. If the Packers make it next week, I'm going to probably go to Bill's. We're going to do an episode right before the show and then watch the game.
Yes.
And maybe we'll even do like a little halftime show or something.
Oh,
that'd be
dude.
fun. Do like a little 15-minute, well, like how pissed we are for we're losing to San Fran, or if we're shocking the world and we're in the game.
Dude. Oh, dude, you won't know how excited I'll get if we can beat Dallas and then go
if we beat Dallas,
dude.
all these Cowboys fans, their tears are going to be, I should have done this in the beginning. Their tears, they're going to be crying at work. I'm like, I hear go Cowboys, go Cowboys. And I'm just thinking, the last time you won a Super Bowl, I was in second grade, man. Second grade. It was 1996. You're at almost 30 years of not even making a conference championship. You guys have done nothing. And I'm sorry, I just don't see it with this team. They the way they get bullied, I don't know if we're the team to do it, but I actually think if Detroit wins, I think Detroit wins the rematch. They almost won in Dallas last time.
True.
I really do. I think they can scheme it. Just don't let Lamb get 230 yards again. If there's anybody, triple team Lamb. Like, they can't run the ball. They're one-dimensional.
Oh, thank you, Kelsey. You're going to try to promote the page. Thank you.
Thank you.
But
so we got some. We're going to also. I would love more input from y'all.
Yes, please.
Oh, sorry, Chris. On what y'all want next year. I think me and Bill are kind of leaning towards making a Pickem only show, and then our other episode, if we do another one every week, we're open to suggestions. So, you know, whatever. Honestly, I feel like it's been working. So
and whatever you guys like,
better.
Yeah, let us know what do you like about it. What don't you like? What do you want to see different?
Good point. I sucked with it. Maybe I'll start doing it on the computer, but asking for comments during the show, I'll try to get better at that. And if we do StreamYard, you can leave comments too on your end, Bill.
Oh, really?
And I'm going to give you access to the show. I'm going to give you access to the Fun Football Podcast page.
Nice. Okay.
And the Twitter.
Good.
And then if we all do this panel show, we're all going to add our stuff together.
Okay.
Which is kind of cool. So
that is cool.
I got to get me a cheesehead, man. I got rid of it. I'm kind of sad. I gave up my Rodgers jersey. I was pissed after he left.
Hey, these things save lives. So, you know.
They do save lives. I can see the Dallas fans, if we beat them this weekend, Dallas fans need a hot tub time machine to see that Super Bowl. I love it. Nice shots. Good stuff, man. I'm excited for us to cut it up. Shots, I think after the Packer season ends, if you're game, me, Bill, and join you and Seth for a collab episode with the four of us. Now that you're paying for StreamYard, and get Bill in there, and Seth does the show with him, and we all cut it up.
There you go.
Do a joint episode. The Fun Football panel, us and Shots together. We could do college football, and we could do season recaps, because that's something I want to do. That'd be fun.
That'd be good.
I need to get myself one. I've been thinking about it. LOL.
Yeah.
You're welcome. And LOL, Chris. Anyways, thank you everybody for listening.
Yes.
If the Packers win, I've got a jersey bet. I have a CeeDee Lamb jersey. I do have a Packers jersey still. It's just not a fun one. But I'll be wearing my Packers jersey, and I'm bringing a Packers shirt for a coworker. And he says he'll run it by Seth. Thanks, man. It doesn't have to be next week, just before the end of the season.
Yeah.
We'll find a time. We can join you on the two. Well, they do theirs on Tuesday. Yeah, we'll have to find a night because Bill's busy on Tuesday. But anyways, I got a jersey bet with a coworker. We wear the other teams if we. Yeah, I'm excited.
Did I tell you about?
I'm just gonna go raining. I'm gonna wear Packers crap for a week and a half, just laughing at them.
Did I tell you about my bet I have at a coworker, one of my managers?
What you got?
All right. If the Packers win, he's got to wear my cheese hat at work all day.
Yeah.
All right. And if the Cowboys win, then I have to wear a Cowboys jersey all day.
Yeah, man. So, there you go.
Yep.
There you go. I like it a lot. Dude, this has been, I just got to say, if this is the end of the season for the Packers, which it's possible.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this with me, Bill. You've given up a ton of time. I appreciate it. I want to say thank you to the listeners. You guys have rocked. The season's not ending. Football podcast is going to continue. We're going to be doing some more collabs with other people. Like I said, if we do pay for StreamYard, or if I do it through Bill the Packer fans page.
Yeah.
I've got some awesome Packer ideas because I think a Packer only show with Bill and occasionally my dad. I know a ton of Packer fans I could bring on. Maybe people up in Michigan, bring them in. Our families would be. We got some fun ideas for next season.
Yeah.
So a cheesehead all day. Ooh. Bill, I was extremely excited about this. We just actually, I couldn't believe it because they've been going down because people have been watching on here.
Yeah.
But we actually just hit for the audio only, and you've been here since like episode 3, dude.
Right.
We just hit over 500 audio.
Wow. That's awesome.
So just straight audio. And then one of our episodes on Facebook, I'm just celebrating the fans here because we have to. One of our episodes on Facebook, just the me and you one, hit almost 300 on just Facebook alone. Now Rumble, one of them's got over 600 raw hits. Yeah, dude.
That's awesome.
On 250 on just the one Facebook page.
Wow.
Shoot, man. The one from last night has over 200 hits already. That spreading it to different pages just increases. Yeah. But guys, thank you for listening, man. That's awesome. The one other thing I think me and Bill were talking about it earlier, we might explore. So this one sucks because it's audio only. Maybe this will be a special one we'll do. We're going to explore, but I want to wait for y'all to call in. So if you guys have any suggestions, I know. So Twitter has a thing called Spaces, and it's really cool. What it is, you do audio only, and like me, let's say me and you were the host, okay?
Right.
And we can have other people join us as listeners, and if they request to speak, we can let them, and then they chime in, and it's like a radio show.
I like that.
I know. I thought you would. I really kind of do. I'm over 1,000. I just had 1,000 followers. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
On Twitter. If I get more, like by next season, I think maybe me and you explore doing that as like as a Packer. Like that could be our Packer show if we don't do the video.
Dude,
that'd be hella fun, dude.
I would love that. That would be interactive. Like that would be so cool.
I know because I like Twitter already.
Yeah.
I don't know of any other way to do it. If anybody knows a way, I'm gonna post some questions.
Yeah.
Thanks for an amazing stream. Maybe I should do a blog post next week. I'd post on my website. I'd be down for listening to a Twitter space down the road. Thanks, Chris. That's awesome.
Yep.
I don't know anywhere else to do it. And sports, Bill is still king on Twitter. It is. And there's so many Packers and NFL fans on there. There's communities like there is on Facebook. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah.
After we get off, I'll share some stuff with you.
Tons, yeah.
Shots picked us all to beat the Cowboys. Here's my playoff bracket. Regular season champ.
Nice.
Yeah, man. There you go. Spread it with your friends, though.
Yep.
We would love to have more people on the show with us in the comments. Thank you guys for making this such an awesome season. It's not done yet. I've had a blast. I'm hooked. So, and honestly, I feel like it made us better with our picks too. So
absolutely, you guys
and getting to do it with an awesome friend like you has made it even better, man. So thanks for taking your time to do it with me.
Thank you, man. My friend. It's been my pleasure. Truly, thank you, and thank you.
I know you're not feeling 100, so thanks for joining on the video, man.
Same
I was
here,
like, we got to wrap this. If this is the end for the Packers this year, I mean, they exceeded our expectations by 2 or 3 wins. This was my best case scenario. But to land our 3rd straight quarterback, that's crazy because when has that happened? Like the 49ers had Montana and then Young. Has anybody done this where they've had 3 if this guy's it?
I don't think so. I mean, I can't think of any other.
I can't think of another team. We're lucky.
Yeah.
We're lucky.
We have been blessed with
we got a defense to rebuild, but that's I mean, that's a job, but at least getting a quarterback and some weapons. And they still have some pieces on defense. That's a lot further along than a lot of other teams. So.
Well, look at all the other teams that haven't found a quarterback, like the Bears,
Chicago.
It's crazy. Exactly. It really is. It really is.
We got some Justin Field stuff, me and you and Seth and Med, who's the Bears fan, who I think you're really going to like talking with.
Yeah.
We can talk about. So, guys, I'm going to be nice to Bill. We're going to be done at under an hour and a half. I'm breaking my 2-hour streak, but I'm going to keep Bill on after. But I want to say thank you, everybody. I may be here with a short Packer Cowboy exclusive. I might even try to talk my dad into it because I know Bill's tired from Disney World, walking 100,000 steps.
That's a lot.
Lucky. I was hoping I was sick in the ER with my wife and sick with her, but we're all better. It's just a lingering cough. We're finally better.
Good.
So that's good. But guys, Chris, B, thank you for joining us on all these episodes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for joining. Cheyenne, if you're still there, my dad, the other family and friends of Bill's and mine and coworkers that have joined. It makes us want to do it and keep doing the show. So thank you guys. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, guys.
At the latest, we'll be back next week with another episode of the Fun Football Pod. I will be on with Pete on next Friday. I keep wearing myself out with all these shows, but he asked me to do a playoff pick'em, so I'm excited. So me and Bill will be back probably next Thursday with our pick'em. And Bill, I'll let you know if I find a Cowboys fan.
All right.
I think we're gonna go 6-0 on these picks. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
All right, guys. Thank you. We'll be back soon.
Thanks, guys.
Episode 34 out.
Woo.